Good Thursday morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? Good morning, Short and Sassy Queen. Good morning, everybody. How you doing, Wonder Woman? Brandy. Hey, girl. Hey, I need you to mod for me, Brandy. So, and good morning, everybody. Okay. So this morning, I haven't did a video. Hey, Nee Hardy. How you doing? Good morning, everybody. So, guys, if you guys been following me for a while, you will know that every once in a while, I will do a video about root work or hoodoo and this, that, and the other, or something, in that realm. So this morning, I figured we talk about Baphomet, okay, the Sabbatic goat. And I was like trying to figure out, something, in the occult world to talk about because I was taking a ride down Instagram lane. And if you guys have been on Instagram, have you guys noticed how many so-called witches and witch covens? Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Snazzy Girl. And how many witches and how many witch covens? It would appear that it has become very popular to be a witch nowadays. I don't know why. And I also don't understand. I didn't understand why so many melanated, especially females, are calling themselves witches. They're supposed to be a real popular, younger, real cute, melanated young woman on YouTube, and she's supposed to be very popular amongst the guys. And some people are saying that she's done put a spell on these guys. Hey, good morning. I am Aries Queen. She's supposed to have put a spell on these guys, and they're fighting about her on right here on YouTube and all this and all that. I was like, oh, really? Y'all doing it like that? Helen L said, yes, all races, lots of witches out here. Now, they become very popular. Do you see what I'm saying? But my thing is, and this a lot of young people, because it seems to me, hey, Bless Watkins, how you doing? It would appear to me that people are not even so much as even want to believe in an almighty most high God anymore. But what they are willing to do is believe in, Satanism, Luciferianism, witches, covens, and, whatnot, all things that go bump in the night. I guess it's popular, it's cool to say you're a witch now and all of this and all that. But like I said, it's a lot of young people doing it, right? So my thing is, do you realize, do these people that are, just saying these things because it's cool and it may sound good and, outfits look cute and the jewelry look cute, and all this and all that, right? Do they really understand what it is that they're inviting into their world? I don't think they do. So anyway, I said, well, this morning, let's break it down a little bit because I had did a video a long time ago explaining that the words that you say out of your mouth, y'all please hit the like button, okay? The words that you say out of your mouth, these things can be spun into spells. There are a lot of word spells. There are even word spells in the Bible, in the book of Psalms in particular. Okay, words have meaning. And when you think such a thing is so cool, and you think it's popular to call yourself a witch, especially if you're a melanated person. Now we know that other races, of people have been so fascinated with this weaker form of ancestral magic to the point where they think it's cool. You see a lot of movies about, witches and you see people, doing crystals and all of this and all that. Like I said, it's supposed to be cool, right? But when you are melanated, people don't even realize that because we have we have a relationship with the Most High as well. Hey, Jessica, as well as the universe. When you are lending your melanin to weak magic, magic, or witches' covens, or all of this is weak magic. Okay, I'm just going crystals, weak magic. Okay, if you are a melanated person and you think it's cute or popular, and you're really trying to deal with these tarot cards and this weak coven, wicked magic, and all this and all that. Why are you lending your melanin, which is you lending your power, which is you lending your God particle, your God power via the melanin in your skin? Why are you, lending it to some, really weak, watered down version of magic? Like, I don't understand. Like, if you want to deal with magic and you are, that interested in whatever it is that you're interested in, why don't you do some research as it pertains to your people, okay, to your ancestral magic? Because we have a whole lot of forms of ancestral magic that can be manifest in many ways. Okay, so I just chuckle, and I'm like, really, do they really know what they're inviting? Okay, because you don't even know the power that you have. And when you spin these words and make these spells and you start praising something like a Baphomet, do you see what I'm saying? Which is a weak, diluted form of magic, okay, brought on by Satanists, manipulated. It's also taken off the walls of ancient Egypt. Okay, it's taken from the deity Hathor. Okay, but anyway, I digress. If you want to lend your melanin to weak magic, okay, you can do that. The crystals, all of this and all of that, okay. But if you are really interested in any form of magic, why don't you just go on and read a book, do some research as it pertains to your melanin, okay, if you want to delve into that, delve into you some hoodoo, some root work, some voodoo, if you think your blood is strong enough, and just just lend your melanin to your own deities, okay. Don't be lending your melanin to a hermaphroditic goat, a sabbatic goat, okay. Well, why would you do that? Why would you lend your melanin, your precious melanin, your God-given melanin, the thing that connects you to not only the universe but also the planet? Why would you lend that melanated power to something like a goat? Like, I'm like, really? That's how y'all doing it now? Because you think it's cute? Or some witches? Honey. Anyway, and then I think it's fascinating because you hear a lot of people talking about let's say something like the Masons, right? I don't even deal with that stuff because that's a weak form of magic. Okay, they watered it down, and it's so fascinating how you can only have 33 degrees. You can only go 33 degrees, which is 33 levels of wisdom. And when you get to the 33rd degree, as far as the Masons go, you've reached your peak of wisdom. You're supposed to be at the top. But when it comes to the Blackamoor Masons, they had 360 degrees, okay, of knowledge. I'm thinking, wait, what? So the Blackamoors that were the original Masons had 360 degrees of knowledge, but the European Masons only have 33 degrees. I think the difference is the melanin. I'm just saying. So when I tell you to, why would you, be, dealing with this stuff just because it's cute and inviting this little weak demon by the name of Baphomet into your life? Why would you do that when you have your own ancestral magic? But hey, okay. And how could you, as a melanated person, let it come out of your mouth that there is no God when you have a direct connection to the God? If you're gonna believe in the devil or a goat, why you ain't gonna believe in a God? Like, how dare you? It's insulting. Okay, but anyway, There are some things that I don't mess with, some things that I don't entertain. Yes, Baphomet is a deity, a lower deity, an old goat. Okay, which really is just like lifted off the walls of Egypt. Okay, ancient Egypt, first dynasty, Egypt. Okay, because we know that all things come from us, all things start with us, and all things end with us. It's really just that simple. But anyway, hold up. Got some proof. I'm not just talking out the side of my neck, okay? Because you know, a lot of the times when black folks say stuff, they don't think it's true unless it comes from the white man, because we know that the white man's ice is colder. Okay, let some people tell it. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about Baphomet, the Sabbatic goat. Let's go into some origins. Okay, so I pulled up some wiki information because, like I said, I don't spend my time dealing with this sort of thing because really I'm not interested. I'm not impressed in any Satanism, any witch, any coven, any Luciferian, any whatever it is, any crystal, any tarot, any whatever it is, put forth by some Anglo, so they can have some watered down version of power. Our problem is the reason why it's so popular these days because they've gotten good at it and we don't deal with it at all. Okay. So anyway, let me go to Wiki and read some stuff for you guys real fast. No, let me read what it says. Have the Baphomet, the goat, originated. So it says the original goat pentagram first appeared in a book by some French occultist. I can't say his name. I ain't worried about it. Okay, and it says that Baphomet, from medieval Latin, Baphometus, Baphometi, Aquitan, or something like that. Baphomet is a deity that the Knights Templar were accused of worshiping. Now, already it's shady. The Knight Templars, the Catholics, okay, all shady. We know that the Catholics, they praise their God in the cross up top, but in the bottom, they praising, Egyptian gods and goddesses and deities, okay? So anyway, that's what they doing down below, if you will. So anyway, okay, where was I? Is a deity that the Knights Templar. Now I'm reading from Wikipedia, okay? Because like I said, I don't delve into this sort of thing because I don't take it seriously. Because like whatever. But anyway, for the just for conversation's sake. So let's look and see what Wiki got to say. Okay, so it says Baphomet, like I said, once again, is a deity that the Knights Templar were accused of worshiping, and that subsequently was incorporated into occult and mystical traditions. The name Baphomet appeared in a trial transcripts for the Inquisition of the Knights Templar starting in 1307. It first came into popular English usage in the 19th century during the debate and speculation on the reasons for the suppression of the Templar. If you guys don't know who the Templar Knights is, the Templar Knights was supposed to be this Catholic group of warriors, if you will, and they were sent. They fought many wars. Over God and Christianity and whatnot. All this and all that Googling. Okay. Anyway, it says since 1856, the name Baphomet has been associated with the Sabbatic goat image, and the image that was drawn by Eliphas, Levi, something like that, which contains binary elements representing the symbolism of the equilibrium of opposites, half human, half animal, male and female, the hermaphrodite goat, right? Good and evil, on and off, etc. And they say that they use the term as above, so below. Do you see what I'm saying? All this and all that, because and really they're saying if you believe in, and I say my version of as above, so below. If you believe in God, how can you not believe in a devil? Do you see what I'm saying? But a lot of people are choosing not to believe in any kind of God or deity, but they are quick to run to the devil because they think it's cute. Okay, inviting this stuff into your world, into your psyche that you don't know nothing about. Okay. And when it overtake you, when you start losing your mind or you start looking real crazy out here, you don't know what happened. And what you did was you invited in some evil and you really didn't know nothing about it because it was cute. You thought it was cute to play with. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't care what kind type of magic it is on a side note, whether it's weak magic or whatever kind of magic, you should never play with it. Voodoo, hoodoo, root work, no form of magic or spell work should ever be played with if you don't know what you're doing, because it can creep into you and do things to you, and you will not know where it came from. You will find yourself up against a wall, turned upside down in the middle of the night, and you won't know why. Okay. But anyway, this is why I don't play with stuff that I don't know nothing about, by the way. Okay. Anyway, it says, female, good or evil, off and on. It says, on one hand, Levi's intention was to symbolize, they're talking about the goat symbol, right? Was to symbolize his concept of balance that was essential to his majestic notion of the astral light. On the other hand, the Baphomet represents a tradition that should result in a perfect social order. I also think that that term perfect social order, it kind of plays into what's going on in the world right now, because the devil is being lifted up and praised. Do you see what I'm saying? So as well as this notion of the one world order, we got depopulation going on via this COVID-19. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. But when you try to surpass or usurp a God that is almighty and replace an almighty God with a goat, this is what happens to the world. You worship in the wrong thing. But anyway, this is personal. Anyway, let me read some of this real quick. Brandy said, Lord, I don't listen to this kind of mess. I gotta go. Now, you're supposed to be minded for me, Brandy. You wrong for that. Anyway, Helen said 360 degrees makes sense since we would keep moving through the era, whereas the wicked can only stay around for I guess it what for one. Okay, I'm stuck on this one. Yeah, absolutely, Helen, Google it. See, people don't know. People get half the information and then they run with it. Do you see what I'm saying? They run with it. They run with that 33 degree and not even realize that there's a 360 degree level of knowledge that can be attained, that was obtained by the Blackamoors. So yeah, but anyway, I'm looking. The phone just turned down. Okay, thank you, Brady. Yeah, Brady don't like to play with this. Okay, she don't deal with it. Hey, Shazay, how you doing? Hey, Olivia. Ramil said Ados women should. Oh, did he? Well, I heard a little bit of that very disgusting debate between Supreme King Coon or something like that and Mr. Fantasia last night. It was disgusting. Some of the things that they were comparing black women to children and animals. And I'm thinking, don't they realize they're talking about themselves? But yeah, I'm not surprised that he would say something like that. Like who? But do we really, as black women, as independent, critical thinking black women, pay attention to anything these mongrels say? I do not. I can't take them seriously. Black Manosphere, Ramil, what is his name? What is it? Whoever, Obsidian, SYSBBM. Like, do we really take them seriously? Like really? Like, who cares? But anyway. I was supposed to watch that. Girl, I'm glad you did. It was so disrespectful, really, to themselves, because they came from between the legs of a black woman. So when they said all this stuff about black women, they're really talking about themselves. But they're just so stupid and ignorant and so insecure about their blackness, especially somebody like a Fantasia, because he's just ugly. Okay, he looked like a whole racist caricature back from back in the Jim Crow era. Okay, that's what he looked like. And if he ain't careful, I'm surprised that he ain't tripped over his lip already with his ugly ass. Okay, trying to have a division between women, based upon the color of their skin, light versus dark. That is so ignorant and remedial. Child, honey. Bless Walker said, I don't. This is something I know nothing of. But listen, thank you, Bless. Fed plastic. I heard that third degree burns. Yeah, he a whole clown. Boy, you ugly. You ugly on the inside. You ugly on the outside. Okay, you ugly up and down, back and forth, in between, everything. You just ugly. And you don't want nobody to pay attention to how ugly you are. So now you trying to make a division between these women on YouTube. It don't work to me. It don't work for me because you're ugly. Okay? Anyway. Just ugly. And then what is his name? Ramil, you gay. A lot of people can't see it, Ramil, but I'm telling you, Ramil, if you hear this video from me to you, I know you gay. Okay. But anyway, I digress. And then we wonder why they feel so emboldened. I never heard of so many men, trying to, shun off vagina in my whole life. You're gay. You want all the eggplant emojis to come over there to congregate with you, SYSBM, Ramil, Negro minister, Black minister, they're gay. Okay, for the most part. MOT, yeah, MOT ugly. He a Herman monster, ugly, troglodyte looking mofo. Okay, they're just ugly. They are non-select or they are gay. Okay. And I don't even mean the term gay in a derogatory way. I'm just telling the truth. I think it's real sneaky and real shady, okay, to be trying to poison these men's minds to vagina if you're gay. Okay. But anyway, moving forward, I don't know why she got me sidetracked, but I just had to get that little. How you gonna be an ugly mofo and be mad at a woman because you ugly? You can't get that because you ugly. Okay, and then when you are as ugly as a Fantasia or a MOT, y'all need to smile and be nice. Okay, you need to be as nice as you can. I'm talking so nice to women. You open the door for them. You kiss their butt. You lay your jacket on a mud puddle. You bring flower, roses, hearts, and flowers. Okay, and perfume because you ugly. Okay. You don't need to be so derogatory because you ugly. All right? You don't need to be making no division because you ugly. All right? You disrespectful because you ugly. You don't like girls because they don't like you because you ugly. Mr. Fantasia's lips so big it look like he trying to give you a kiss. He'll suck your whole face up in between them lips. Nigga, you ugly. But anyway, I digress. Anywho, where was I? Okay. Let's get back to Baphomet. Y'all know I can get started. I'm just here for it today, okay? Like, I'm just saying. Anyway, so we read a little bit of the history. So let's read. But what I wanted to do was tie that history, that little general history, into some origins. Let me find where I was before, people. Y'all got me sidetracked. I don't know. I don't be trying to go there no more. I don't be trying to roast and gag with nobody no more. But sometimes, honey, it is what it is. They're just ugly. And these girls need to stop at least pick these around. Y'all better stop pacifying these Negroes. Got them thinking something they not. They ugly. Okay, they are non-select. They ugly. They're real unfortunate looking. Just ugly. For no other reason than ugly. Nigga, you just ugly. That's why you mad. Anyway, I digress. Let me try to get back to where I was. Y'all done throw me off my game. We talking about dang on Baphomet. The Sabbatic go. We ain't talking about these ugly Negroes around here. These wannabe select, but they're really non-select. Sure. Where was I? Hold on. Okay. Is this where I was? There was something real specific to Egypt, to First Dynasty Egypt, that I want to read to you guys. Yeah. Who was that brought them ugly people up to me and got me off my game? Shame on you, because really now the only thing I want to do is roast them. Let me get out of that lane. Okay. Child. Oh, let me read this real fast. This is interesting as it pertains to witches, because we were talking about witches also, right? Okay. It says, down. Now we still on WikiLeaks, right? I got something else to show you guys too. But y'all got me off my game. Now I just want to roast these cats. I just do. I got to use the auntie. Unfortunate. Yeah, they're unfortunate looking. It's just really it's unfortunate. You know, it's just the best way I can say it. Leave me alone, Jackie of all trades. Y'all know I can go there real easy, right? Right. Anyway, as it pertains to the witches' Sabbath, it says Levi's depiction of Baphomet is similar to that of the devil in early tarot. Levi, working with correspondences different from those later used by S.L. McGregor Mathers, quote unquote, equated the devil tarot key with Mercury, giving his figure Mercury's caduceus or something, rising like a phallus from his groin. Okay, y'all, to see this picture, it's a lot they working with right here. Child, these people so freaky. All they want to do is have freaky sex. Okay, is that their version of Satanism? Honey, but anyway, it goes on to say that Levi believed that the alleged devil worship of the medieval witches' Sabbath was a perpetuation of ancient pagan times. That's what I'm trying to get to, right? Ancient pagan rites. I'm sorry. A goat with a candle between its horns appears in the medieval witchcraft records, and other pieces of lore are cited in Dogma et Ritual. I'm trying to get, there are also, contemporary context of socialism and romanticism as well as magnetism. Okay, this is not where I want to be. Hold on, guys. Let me find what I want to read you guys. Okay, this is a part of it, right? It says that, good morning, make it happen, Manny. Jose said the preacher practices witchcraft over the church. Word magic, you could say that. Do you see what I'm saying? Historically, this is the wiki goes on to state that now we're getting into what I want to talk about. Okay, historically, the deity that was venerated at Egyptian Mendes was a ram deity, Bene Gesserit or something like that. Literally, Ba of the Lord of Jed, entitled the Lord of Mendes, who was the soul of Osiris. Okay. Levi combined the images of the tarot, Marcelli's devil card, and refigured from Ram, Bene Jed, or whoever he is, as a he goat, further imagined by him, and something with ministers. Something. Anyway, that's not where I want to be. Cosmology. Okay, and as it pertains to Aleister Crowley, head Satanist himself, and he the one that wrote the Luciferian Bible or something like that. Google Aleister Crowley. But Wiki says concerning Aleister Crowley and Baphomet, it says the Baphomet of Levi was to become an important figure within the cosmology of Thelema, the mystical symbol established by Aleister Crowley in the early 20th century. Baphomet features in the creed of the Gnostic Catholic Church, recited by the congregation in the Gnostic Mass. Wow. In the sentence, and I quote, and I believe in the serpent and the lion, mystery of mysteries, in his name, Baphomet, unquote. Okay, it goes on to say that in Magic, M-A-G-I-C-K, Book 4, Crowley asserted that Baphomet was a divine androgynon and the hieroglyph of arcane perfection, seen as that which reflects, quote, what occurs above so reflects below. What occurs above so reflects below, or as above so below, unquote. Okay. Oh, wow. Guess what this says, right? Aleister Crowley goes on to state in one of his speeches, he stated that, listen to this. I found it very interesting. Dang late for this. Well, I hope you go back and listen to the replay, Shirley. Yes, do as I will, would be the whole of the law. Aleister Crowley goes on to state that, quote, the devil does not exist. It is a false name invented by the Black brothers, listen, Black brothers, to imply a unity in their ignorant muddle of dispersions. Okay? A devil who had unity would be a god. The devil is historically the god of any people that one personally dislikes. Really, this certain Satan is not the enemy of man, but he who made gods of our race, knowing good and evil. He bade know thyself and taught initiation. He is the devil of the book of Thoth, and his emblem is Baphomet, the androgyne, who is the hieroglyph of arcane perfection. He is there for life and love. Wow. But moreover, his letter is Iron, the eye, so that he is light, and his zodiacal image is Capricorn, that leaping goat whose attribute is liberty. And it goes on to say that for Crowley, Baphomet is further a representative of the spiritual nature of the spermatozoa, while also being symbolic of the magical child produced as a result of sex magic. Okay. As such, Baphomet represents the union of opposites, especially as mystically personified in chaos and Babylon, combined with biologically manifested with sperm and egg united in the zygote. Ooh, they having some real good sex orgies, I'm assuming. Okay. And he don't like black people. Aleister Crowley don't like black folks. And the reason why he don't like black folks, and the reason he mentioned that the devil is a something that don't exist, and it was invented by black people, our black brothers. Okay, did y'all hear when I read that part right there? The reason he said that is because that he knows all of this goat and all of this and all that is taking off the hieroglyphs off the wall in ancient Egypt, first dynasty Egypt. Okay, then let me try to get to this. Hold on, I don't even know what it is. What is it I was trying to find it at? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second to find what I was looking for. Statue. I want to read you something about Egypt. Hold on. Because we know that everything is lifted from us. Okay? Even something like a Baphomet, a goat. Okay? Even that's lifted. All right? Just let me try to find it. I was reading it this morning, and I don't know if I can find it again, but I'm done sure going to try. Hold on. But anyway, yeah, I just found this out very interesting. Like I said, Chazé said the why they mess with children to get more power. Absolutely. Because the child is innocent. It's our power. It's closest to God. It's untainted. And they want the power, especially the babies. That's why you hear about them rituals where they're killing babies and stuff like that. That baby just came from God. Do you see what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Just one little thing they had on here about Egypt. I don't even think I can find it anymore. That's weird. Baphomet is trying to get me, to keep me from telling y'all that this all stems for the goddess Hathor, and she is depicted with cow horns on the top of her head, and on the walls in the first dynasty Egypt. They worshipped her, and that can be brought back to the Bible. When you know how Moses took his people when he said, "Let my people go," and they dwelled in the wilderness, and they were supposed to be, they were not being able to go into the promised land because they start worshiping cows and graven images of cows and golden calves and all this and all that. And that is supposed to reference all the way back to that. And that is what I was trying to... Hold on, guys, but I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, maybe it's in here. Hold on. Beelzebub, History of Knights Templar, The Magician, Medieval. Oh, is this it right here? Now, let me tell you, let's talk about this real fast, though, because I found this interesting as well. Hey, Bliss, got to go later. Have a good day, Bliss. Let's talk about this. Medieval Christian views on Muhammad. Okay? Let me read about this. I don't know what the Egyptian stuff with. I'm not going to worry about it. It says, during the early Middle Ages, Christendom, largely viewed as Islam, is a Christological heresy, and Muhammad is a false prophet by the late Middle Ages. Islam was more typically grouped with heathenism, and Muhammad was viewed as inspired by the devil. Ain't that something? And Muhammad was viewed as and inspired by the devil. Okay? I'm like, wow, okay. Okay, we done heard of the Muhammad's, Elijah Muhammad, and all this and all that, right? A more relaxed or benign view of Islam only developed in the modern period after the Islamic Empire ceased to be an acute military threat to Egypt. Ain't that something? The earliest documented Christian knowledge of Muhammad stems from Byzantine sources written shortly after Muhammad's death in 632. With the Crusades of the High Middle Ages and the wars against the Ottoman Empire during the late Middle Ages, the Christian reception of Muhammad became more polymical. I don't know what that means. Moving from a classification as a heretic to deception of Muhammad as a servant of Satan or as the Antichrist who will be suffering tortures over hell. Ain't that something? So Muhammad went from being this heretic, this heathen god, this heathen devil, to being from being a false prophet. In Islam was thought to be heathen worship. It was Muhammad was inspired by the devil. He done went from that to being set closest to God or something like that, whatever the Muslims say nowadays. But it's roots, heretic depiction of Muhammad as a servant of Satan and the Antichrist. At first he was supposed to be thought to be a servant of Satan, or as the Antichrist, who will be suffering tortures in hell. Wow, that is crazy, right? It's no wonder why the Knight Templars went to battle with them so many times, but didn't turn around and they were serving Baphomet. They was doing Satan worship as well. So are they battling for God or are they battling for Satan? And then the Muhammad's, the Islam has been gone from some type of heresy or false prophecy in the Middle Ages, heathenism. It was thought to be heathenism and devil worship, back in the day. And now it's supposed to be a true religion, right? Wow. I find that fascinating. Yeah. Anyway, I wish I could find what it was that I was what I was reading about Egypt. Let me try to look for it one more time, y'all. And if not, if I can't find it, we're just gonna move on. But that part about Islam and it once being and Muhammad thought to be a false prophet and he was thought to be the Antichrist. I just think it's they say that what is that thing that people sometimes say? The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to make people think he didn't exist. Haven't y'all heard that before? And I'm like, wow, that's fascinating. That's why I don't discount anything. I don't never say I don't believe in anything, especially along the lines of the occult or magic or even Satanism, but I set nothing above the Most High God, because I know that there in fact is a God, whether you believe it or not, whether it's not cool to say that it's a God anymore, however you want to put it. I know that it's a God. Okay. So anyway, I can't find that stuff that related to Egypt, but this goat symbol, it was inspired or lifted off of the Egyptian walls, and it comes from the first century dynasties of the pharaohs and the Egyptians, the black African Egyptians. Okay, and there was a goddess or deity. Her name was Hathor, Hathor. She was also known as the Eye of Ra. Okay, and all of this Baphomet, this goat, any time of any kind of religion, whether it be Luciferianism, Satanism, this Baphomet symbol, all of these deities, okay, they are all manipulated and lifted, off of the walls of ancient Egypt. Okay, and that is another reason they say as above, so below. I say it start with us and it gonna end with us. Okay, but I just don't like it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, when we use our melanin, when we lend our melanin to lesser forms of magic. Okay, if that is your thing, don't lift up something that's weak and manipulated, by the European. Lift up your own gods and your deities. We have several Orisha. We have several deities, hundreds, in fact. Not just a few we talk about online. There are hundreds of deities. Do your research. If you want to deal with magic, don't deal with these crystals and these witches. Deal with your own form of ancestral magic. You have that power inside of you. But never ever fool with anything, whether it's European magic or ancestral African magic. Don't fool with it if you ain't serious about it. Because you entertaining stuff that you don't know nothing about. So the reason why I want to do this video, because I don't think people think it's popular. Young people think it's cute to mess with this stuff. But you really are inviting bad stuff into your world. If you don't know nothing about it, don't fool with it. But I had no idea. I got to read some more about Islam. and Islam Muhammad once being thought to be an antichrist or a servant of Satan. I had no idea. Wow. It's amazing how things can get manipulated, and turned around. And they get you like what if these Islam people are, serving the devil and they don't even realize that they think they calling the devil a god? It's because you don't do your research and you don't know a history in the thing. The history of a thing. That's very interesting to me and very, really very scary. But anyway, I'm going to share my screen. How long we been on? 41 minutes. I'm trying to keep this at an hour. So let me share my screen with you guys, okay? Hold on so we can move on. But I got stuck on that. I was like, what? Had y'all ever heard of that about Islam? I had never heard that about Islam. We learned something today, ladies and gentlemen. We have learned something today. I had no idea. Okay, so let me share my screen, guys. With an article that I found talking about the Baphomet, just bringing it up towards the future. I found this very interesting. I had never heard of this, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but if you guys can see my screen, this is a BBC article from 2015. Hold on, let it pop up. Okay, you can see it now. And the title of the article says, "Decoding the Symbols of Satan's Statue." Decoding the symbol of Satan's statue. That is the name of the article. And this is the statue. I think I'm gonna make this my thumbnail or something like that. Or I think I'm gonna make the original Baphomet, the original symbol, the pentagram. I think I'm gonna make that my thumbnail, right? Hey Keitra, how you doing? I am Aries Cream, Miss Clorm, Shirley Red. But if I didn't say hey everybody, thanks for joining me, okay? And so anyway, let me try to is Brandy still in here? Because Brandy don't like stuff like this. But anyway, I want you guys to see this picture. Okay. And I'm going to change my screen for a second here. Go back to this. It made me mad because I couldn't find that stuff about Egypt that I want to share with you guys. I don't even know what I did with it. But that pissed me off. I tell you that. Because I couldn't find it. But anyway, let me pull up this article and we can move forward, okay? So the title of the article is, there's a reason why I'm reading this, okay? It says Decoding the Symbols of Satan's Statue. It's from 2015. And below that picture that you guys are seeing says a controversial statue unveiled by the Satanic Temple at a secret ceremony in Detroit, Michigan, has attracted protest. But who is the goat-headed figure? Question mark. And what do the elements of the statue symbolize? The article goes on to state that, and I won't read the whole article, I try to skip through, and it says that the bronze statue is nearly 9 feet tall and depicts a winged hermaphrodite known as Baphomet, flanked by 2 smiling children. It cost $100,000 to make, and hundreds of Satanists turned out to see it unveiled. Long term, the Satanic Temple wants to move the piece 900 miles southwest and erect it opposite a Ten Commandments monument outside of Oklahoma City's Capitol building. Wow, that's really relevant, right? It says this plan was thrown into doubt when Oklahoma Supreme Court ruled that the use of the state property to benefit a religion is banned under the state constitution. The fate of both the Satanist statue and the Ten Commandments monument is now unclear. Now, here's the thing. There's a reason why church and state aren't supposed to be intertwined. Do you see what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why you aren't supposed to put, religion and and government together, it is because you got a whole bunch of religious crazy people that try to manipulate the situation, basically. So leave it out of government. They don't want it, but we know it's you can't separate it. Not really. Church and state supposed to be separated, right? But anyway, the name Baphomet dates back to the Inquisition and torture of the Knights Templar about 1100, who, according to French chroniclers of the Crusades, confessed to worshiping a heathen idol called Baphomet. Some scholars believe Baphomet was simply a corruption of Mahomet, the prophet Muhammad. The prophet Muhammad. Some scholars believe Baphomet was simply a corruption of Mahomet, the prophet Muhammad. Ain't that something? I got to do some more research on that, okay? I'm telling you, like, for real. I do. That is fascinating to me. But anyway, it goes on to state that, but over the years, as the mystery and speculation around the Templars has grown, so too have the interpretations of the word and its meaning. One elaborate interpretation even drove the plot in Dan Brown's historical thriller, Da Vinci Code. I remember Da Vinci Code. I like the Da Vinci Code, where the word Baphomet is decoded and translated to mean Sophia or wisdom. Wow. Let me scroll down so you can guys see the depiction of Levi's Baphomet. Scroll down. I don't even know where these advertisements are coming from. Y'all gotta forgive them. Okay. Here you go. This is Levi's Baphomet right here. Okay. This is Levi's, one of the original depictions of Baphomet. Notice the words on the arms and stuff. This is Levi's Baphomet, and under that it says that notice there aren't any children beside of this original version. Notice the goat face is much more sinister looking. The eyes, the horns, and all of it is more sinister looking. But what they did was they tried to tame it down or water it down so it could be more palatable, for people. Children won't be afraid of it. They want it to be accepted, and it is largely accepted in today's. People think it's cool to be a Satan worshiper, a Luciferian, a witch. They think it's cool to delve into this type of magic when they really know nothing about it at all. But like I said, like the quote goes, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to get the world to think he didn't exist. Okay? And so the article goes on to state that, hold on guys for a second if you will. The article goes on to state that the best known modern image of Baphomet was drawn in 1856 by the French occultist Eliphas Levi in his book Transcendental Magic, Its Doctrine and Ritual. He evisaged, whatever that means, a winged hermaphrodite. I guess he drew a winged hermaphrodite with a torch between his horns and a pentagram on his forehead. His arms bore the Latin words separate and joined together, the powers of quote, binding and loosing, usurped from God. I have said this before. I don't know why man thinks that he can usurp God. Anytime you get to think so powerful and you know more, you are worthy of sitting at the side, sitting beside God Almighty. You try to usurp him because you think you know more than him. You're doing nothing but inviting trouble, because God will not be mocked. He can never be usurped. He simply is God just because he's God. He don't need us. We need him. You cannot usurp God Almighty. I don't care how cute or how strong or how powerful you think you are. That's why we're in so much trouble in this country now. Too many people trying to usurp God, playing their God. They're making babies and making designer babies. We don't eat real food anymore. They're making these germs and stuff. These this bio warfare, these biochemicals. It's just a whole lot of usurping going on. They manipulate the weather. They're messing up the ozone. They think it's cute to play with stuff like this. And then we have this planet in such disarray right now because of stuff like this. But anyway, I digress. Levi's drawing was the inspiration for the Satanic Temple's new monument. It contains all these binary opposites above and below, part animal, part human, male and female, says Greaves. It embodies opposites and celebrates contrast. The two-finger salute means the two fingers on the right hand side. Y'all see the two fingers up right there? Two fingers on the right hand point up, and two on the left hand point down, meaning as above, so below. These words and the accompanying gesture, y'all, are familiar to occultists. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. They are drawn from the ancient works of Hermes, whose writings became popular during the Renaissance and Reformation age. The phrase is also used in relation to science, the universe, and God, but Levi wrote that, quote, by making gesture, his Baphomet expresses the perfect harmony of mercy with justice. I absolutely disagree. There's another symbol. Let me scroll down so y'all can see this right here. Right here, two young children. Y'all see that right there? Okay. Let's talk about the two young children. It says that, quote, there's a quote under this that says, we hope children, listen, these are the Satanists talking about children. It says that we hope children will see this as a beautiful work of art. There is nothing to be afraid of. That's what the children symbolize, says Greaves. That's why they now depict the Baphomet with a boy and a girl on each side of it. Also depicted opposites, okay? By the way, it goes on to say the ghost face has a neutral expression. See, they softened the ghost face up from the way it looked in the original pentagram. They softened it up. They're trying to make it more palatable to especially children and people in general, right? It don't look so spooky the way the face looks now. You know what I mean? It says the goat face has a neutral expression. It's not demonic, ferocious, or monstrous. It was at first, as people making it out to be. If you look, if you look at it without the cultural baggage, unquote. But do children really have nothing to be afraid of from Satan? That's a question. The answer to the question says, quote, I don't think children approaching the monument without being primed by propaganda will find anything horrific about it, says Greaves. But we're about not indoctrinating children. I disagree. You're absolutely trying to indoctrinate children into Satan worship. He says, quote, but we're about not indoctrinating children. For the most part, children are forced into religion. That's something we definitely don't care to do. That is a lie. Okay, now let's talk about what's on the Baphomet stomach right there. It says on the Baphomet stomach is an old Greek symbol of two serpents entwined around a staff, the staff which was carried by Hermes and heralds in general. Okay, the symbol, it symbolizes trade, negotiation, and reciprocity, and was co-opted into the Baphomet by Levi. There's another quote from Greaves that says, for us, it symbolizes reconciliation of the opposites, such as having a satanic monument opposite a Christian one. Ain't that something? Quote, we think that's a powerful message when it's sitting opposite the Ten Commandments. You can have these dualities, differences without conflict. That is absolutely creating conflict. Okay, that is why they wanted to do it. And let's talk about the breast. Let me scroll down. Hold on. Okay, here it is. The pentagram. We're right here. And it says that breast. Levi's Baphomet was a hermaphrodite with breasts. It says, quote, but we took the breast off, says Graves. The temple did not want to get embroiled in a debate about gender, which might distract from what it believes are the more important messages of the Baphomet. See, they're trying to water it down, make it look more palatable, more presentable to the public, make it seem like it's not, anything to fear. So they're changing it. Do you see what I'm saying? And it says, in a debate about gender, embroiled in a debate about gender, which might distract from what it believes are the more important messages of the Baphomet. Instead, he says, the boy and girl reflect that, quote, male and female dualism, unquote, seen in Levi's Baphomet. Okay, under that, it says, seen both on the forehead of the Baphomet and on the throne behind him, the pentagram is a widely recognized satanic symbol and often appears inverted. An inverted symbol, they're showing it behind him or whatever, right? There's a quote that says, the inversion is Satan's perception. It asks people to reconsider the cultural grounding, look at the evidence, and reconsider their values, says Greaves. Really? Okay, do as I will. Is that the values they're talking about? There's a quote that says, you have the one-sided vision. You have this one-sided vision with institutionalized religion as the arbiters of moral correctness. The arbiters of moral correctness. Quote, it prevents them from considering whether they could be incorrect today on issues such as gay marriage and reproductive rights. Wow. There's another quote that says, it's true you don't have to identify with Satan to take on those causes, but the image of Satan resonates for us. Wow. It's also moving on to talk about the torch between the horns. Now I'm breaking down what the Baphomet symbolizes, okay? That is why I want to do this thing right here, because like I said, I've never really thought about it because this is not my world right here. But anyway, the article goes on to state, torch between horns. The torch of knowledge is the middle horn. It glorifies the pursuit of knowledge. We put a high value on that. It's really central to our beliefs in general, says Graves. As Levi wrote, quote, the flame of intelligence shining between the horns is the magic light of the universal balance. The image of the soul elevated above matter as the flame, whilst being tied to matter shines above it, unquote. Wow. The inscriptions are inscriptions. These have yet to be added. Oh, they haven't added the inscriptions yet. Graves says these have yet to be added, but the Satanic Temple gave details of the plans in a statement last year. It says that on the front of the statue, above the inverted pentagram, will be one of the Satanic Temple's 7 fundamental tenets. Quote, the spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. Wow, that is sick. The back of the stone slab will display a message from Lord Byron's dramatic work, Cain, that reads, quote, then who was the demon? That's a question. He would not let he would not let ye live, or he okay, it says, who was a demon? He who would not let ye live, or he he who would have made ye live forever in the joy and power of knowledge. That is the question. I'm sorry I chopped it up, but it is them ye's and lives and that all this stuff gets rolled up. Okay. There's something down here about the Satanic Temple. I don't think we have to go any further. Let me just show you another photo. What is the Satanic Temple? It says that the group that wanted this statue in 2015 says the group describes itself as a Satanist, secularist, and advocates for individual liberty. Do as thou wills, right? Says, quote, we understand the satanic figure is a symbol of man inherent nature, representative of the eternal rebel, enlightened inquiry and personal freedom, rather than a supernatural deity or being. But it's a supernatural. It is a supernatural deity or being. Okay, in its inception. So why are they trying to manipulate what it means? They're trying to trick people. They're trying to trick people. Like I said, like I told you guys, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince people that he was not real. They are still tricking people. The last quote goes, we actively provide outreach and participate in public affairs where the issues might benefit from rational satanic insights. Unquote. Wow. Wow. That is some sick stuff. But anyway, child. Let me stop my screen from being shared here. I wanted to share the article with you guys because it, like I said, I knew nothing about this Baphomet. This is not my world. Of course, we'd all seen this hermaphrodite goat before, but I wanted to read the article just to say that it's amazing, how they will manipulate the minds of especially young people. You know what I mean? And when they can manipulate your mind as a young person, they will have you serving things that you know nothing about. Do you see what I'm saying? And then it's real sneaky. You're still trying to trick people into worshiping Satan. And by the time they're realizing, what they're doing, it's already too late. Jewel Gillette said the image of Jesus does the same thing with the fingers. I don't know what you're talking about with that. Keisha says all the concerts that these artists emit, these idols on TV, all in the time. Yeah, why I don't watch none of this stuff no more for years. Well, yeah, they're trying to make it be everyday commonplace. Jackie of All Trades said, yes, I read this. This will piss you off and make you research more and more. Read what, Jackie? What I was reading before? But anyway, guys, I really want to bring that to you guys. King's Meter said they tried to mimic the depiction of the portrait of Jesus, right, with the children. Yes, absolutely. It's just like mocking God. Like they're in competition with God. But seems as right now they got the young people believing all this crap. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't believe in trying to indoctrinate people into a religion. You believe what you believe, but some stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. And if you think something like this is something to play with, you're inviting stuff into your world that you really know nothing about. And that's unfortunate. You letting people trick you up out of your soul. Okay, that's why we got so much chicanery going on, nowadays. It don't make no sense to me, And so, yeah. This Jewel Gillette said images of Jesus hold his fingers the same as the Baphomet, so above as below. What images of Jesus? Like I don't. But anyway, what Jesus? The white Jesus? If you're talking about that picture of white Jesus with the long blonde hair and the blue eyes, okay, I ain't surprised. All right, I ain't surprised. Don't shock me either. All right, what? You get no argument from me. I ain't even never paid attention to it. But like I said, I don't believe in the Anglo's version of God or Jesus or anything religious. And that Catholic worship thing, they just worshiping demons. Okay, that's all they doing. Just like this Baphomet right here. That's why those Knight Templars, they was worshiping, the deity, a Satan deity. That's why they were able to kill, thousands upon thousands of people just because they say they were Christian. And then they went on to slaughter the Muslims. But that Muhammad thing was very interesting, right? Muhammad was first known as a servant of Satan or Antichrist. Wow. You don't think of him in that? And it makes you think of like the Elijah Muhammad and the nation of Islam, the fruit of Islam, and over there where the Islamic that temple thing is that they walk around all the time, and you wonder what's really buried up under that. What is it that they're really worshiping? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm like, but trickery. We know that the devil is a lie, and he's a master manipulator and a trickster. We know that, right? That's right. Keisha said, why they are running around here thinking the boys and girls thinking the boys are girls and vice versa. Yeah, this is all a part of it. We just read about that. So, yeah, you make a good point, Keisha. Yeah, it's fascinating to me. And then you're really not a critical thinker. And it's really unfortunate if you fall for this type of madness because you ain't, like I said, you ain't doing nothing but, taking yourself down a path that you don't really want to go down, in my opinion. And like I said, if you're going to lend your melanin magic to anything, let it be something ancestral. If that's what you want to do, don't think it's cool just to worship, just to say you a witch and rock some pentagram earrings and say you part of a coven and the blah, blah, blah and the blah, blah, blah. Because what you do is inviting stuff into your world and you're not ready for it. You're not ready. You're not ready for what it is that you think you're inviting. And by the time you realize that you done messed up, guess what? It's already too late. It's already too late. You done gave your soul over to something that you don't know nothing about because you thought it was cool. Do you see what I'm saying? And so anyway, y'all, I'm going to get off here. Y'all hit this one. Y'all hit the one. If y'all like this video today, I figure we got so much stuff going on in the world right now. Let's talk about something, something like this, just to take our mind off of stuff. I think Brandy got mad at me, y'all. I didn't tell her I was going to talk about this, and she don't like this type of conversation. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, One Love. She don't like this. Thank you, Jasmine. Keisha said, just like that broom challenge. I wish some would bring that mess in my house. Oh, I seen that broom challenge that they think is cool. Yeah, they think it's cool. It's absolutely funny. It's so lame. Like, why would you do that? Why would you play with stuff like that if you don't know nothing about it? Just because you think it's cool. You have a blessed day, too. Have a blessed day, Mr. Olivia, everyone. YouTube says, girl, y'all, like I said, I'm glad y'all enjoyed this. You know what I mean? And I'm going to put me a Baphomet thumbnail up, okay? And y'all hit the like button if you haven't hit it on your way out the door. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. You guys have a nice day. Do you see what I'm saying? And yeah, I just find it fascinating, all the stuff that people are doing these days. And I think it's unfortunate that, people are being tricked right up out their soul. Like your soul being snatched right from you and you don't even realize it. You don't even want to fight. Girl, anyway, y'all stay clear of that. Keep your distance from people, because the coronavirus is everywhere. Oh, and also, real fast before I go, did y'all hear about, what's that boxer's name? His baby mama turned up dead in her car. And some people, Floyd Mayweather, some people are online saying, absolutely, Stacey Girl, time to burn sage, right? Some people are saying it was a sacrifice, and some people are saying he had her murdered, allegedly, sacrifice, or allegedly had her murdered because she was still suing him because, he went to jail for a few months back in the early 2000s for domestic violence. And so, yeah, some people are saying that allegedly he may have had her offed and stuff. And I was like, what? But I'm gonna have to read up some more on that. I might come back and do a video on that, child. But they spinning a whole lot of scenarios. Everything from sacrifice to he offered about the money, child, about the lawsuit. Allegedly, hey, Miss Olivia, might as well watch. Oh, thank you, allegedly. Please catch the replay. He just said, Lord, I was waiting for it. We know what time it is. We woke over here. I know that's right, Keisha, child. I was like, honey. Yeah, like I said, y'all stay clear of that corona, child. Did y'all see Trump last night doing his doing his speech about corona? They said he interacted with somebody at the CPAC that CPAC event that actually had the virus, and y'all know he old, and they say the coronavirus is, it really attacks old people. It's almost like a death sentence to old people, and Trump was sounding a little funny to me. I was like, honey, But anyway, I guess time will tell, child. Let me get off here, y'all. He did look ill, didn't he, last night? I was like, oh, he sounded funny too. He was holding his cough the whole time. I believe he was, Keisha. Yeah. Ain't that something? It's amazing. I was like, honey. But it's several, of those officials up there in Washington that came in contact with that man, and they self-quarantined. Ted Cruz came in contact with him too, as well as Trump. So honey, ain't no telling. We're going to have to wait and see. But honey, y'all be safe in the meantime and in between time. A lot of people think that this coronavirus is some sort of, plague that came about because of the end of days. And it's some kind of, retribution, for people mocking God and all of this and all. There's a lot of stuff being said about it. But all I'm saying is that your melanin ain't going to save you, and y'all be careful out there, okay? So I'm going to talk to you guys later. I love you guys. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to smile, honey. Don't forget to smile at somebody. Hit that like button on your way out the door. Hit that Cash App if you want to. I won't even be mad at you. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Don't never forget to love yourself either, and love your melanin. Peace.